Hey guys, this is Nick from cryptosfornoobs.com with some weekly crypto analysis. Today is Monday, the 26th of March 2018, and the time is 22:35 here in the UK. You're looking at a BTCUSD daily chart. In this analysis, we're going to be looking for setups on various crypto pairs, the four listed over here: BTCUSD, ETHUSD, LTCUSD, and RippleUSD. We're going to be looking for trade setups. We're going to be looking at where they're headed over the next week. So let's start with the big one, BTCUSD. Where is it headed? Well, last week it pushed up to this resistance area, stalled at the resistance area, and has turned around. It is now hitting support. This is a pretty solid support area. It's around about the 7,800 level. It held price back last week, or just the week before actually. So it held price back, price turned around. It's here again. Now it's kind of stalling somewhat on it. Drill down to a smaller time frame to get an idea of how heavily it's stalling. We can see on the 4-hour it's stalling right now, but this candle's only been open for 1.5 hours. So we can't actually really say that it's stalling significantly here. It's showing signs of slowing down at the support area, but it could still very well push through by the end of the day. It's not really looking that good for buyers of Bitcoin at the moment. It is on support, which is good, but if it breaks this support area and if it closes below it, so if this candle pushes below here and closes lower, I would definitely be looking, or I'll definitely be thinking that Bitcoin's going to hit 6,900. This other support area down here, possibly even lower, back down to the low 6,000s or the high 5,000s. So it does look pretty negative right now for BTC. Looks like it's headed down. I don't really see much upside potential. It is in a definite bearish trend. You zoom out and you can clearly see that it's in a bearish trend. So yeah, things aren't looking too great for BTCUSD. That's not a bad thing for traders. You could obviously take a short trade. You're not limited to taking long trades if you're trading, but if you're investing in Bitcoin, probably going to go down a little bit. At least that's what it's looking like right now. Now, the other side of this is that it could totally stall out on here. So if price does stall on here for the next day or two, so that's if it doesn't break below it and close below it. If instead it just kind of stops where it is right now, it stops here and it just kind of like moves along here for a few days, then that would be a sign that the support area is holding and we could potentially see a pushback up to the 9,200 resistance area. So this is pretty much the breaking point, the 7,800 level. If it breaks below here and closes below here, I'd be expecting further downside movement. If it stalls here and starts to kind of pull away from it, I'd be expecting a move up to 9,200 at least. All right, ETHUSD. Ether is really headed down. I mean, this one is in a bearish trend that doesn't look like it wants to end. It's sitting at this major support area. This is the 474. The 500, which is up a little higher, is also a support area, but that's more of a psychological support. That one's broken. This support area that's held off a little bit better. Last time it did anyway. It's looking like it might not hold anymore. What I'm looking at for ETHUSD for a short trade would be a break and a close below this lower wick here. This is the lowest it's been in quite some time. So if price drops below that and closes below that, I'd be expecting further downside movement on ETHUSD. So just to confirm, that's if it drops and closes on the daily chart below this level. And that level is the 454.30. I don't really see much potential for upside on ETHUSD, but much like Bitcoin, because they are very well correlated pairs, if we do see price stalling at this 474, if it stalls here for a few days and comes along here, then it might be possible for it to head back up to 580 or so. But right now it's looking very bearish, much like BTCUSD. Let's take a quick look at Litecoin. All these pairs are pretty well correlated, but Litecoin is one of the lesser correlated pairs. But even that is trending down right now. So Litecoin is in between support resistance right now. What does that mean for those of you who aren't really familiar with trading terminology? This is support, this is resistance. Litecoin is kind of sitting in the middle of them right now. Sitting right here. It's stalling on top of this 200 SMA. Litecoin tends to respect this 200 SMA level pretty well. So 200 SMA is a moving average. This is what I use it for basically is just a self-adjusting support resistance area. So these lines I have on my chart here, they're all support resistance areas. The 200 SMA, or the 200 MA rather, is just a kind of moving support resistance area, self-adjusting support resistance area. They've been used for a long time in trading, and they're still used today by banks and hedge funds, and a lot of people use them in cryptos. They're kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. They work because people have them on their chart and they look at them. So whenever price approaches the 200 SMA, people start buying as if it's a support area. And the fact that people are buying is what causes it to actually reverse. So 200 SMA is also a kind of dividing line. If price breaks below this 200 SMA and holds below this 200 SMA, it's likely that we're going to see a continued downtrend on Litecoin USD. Furthermore, if it breaks our support area, which is at the 126.00, so if it drops a bit lower, breaks our support area, closes below that, then I would definitely be looking at shorting LTC USD, and I'd be looking for a further downside movement. Again, like BTC and like Ether, if it falls into this 126 support area and it stalls here for a few days, I would potentially be looking for a bullish move back up to here, which is around about 175. This resistance area here. Finally, let's look at Ripple. Now, the dividing line I was just talking about for LTC USD, this 200 MA, this one, Ripple has crossed below that dividing line, come back up to it, bounced away from it, and is now headed down. So Ripple, if you couldn't tell before, Ripple is now in a downtrend, but it was kind of obvious before that it was in a downtrend. We don't really need it crossing the 200 SMA to tell us that, but it's just a bit of extra confirmation, isn't it? Don't have much support on the short side for Ripple because we really don't have that much data, so it's hard to get good support resistance areas for this pair. So we're just going to have to make do with what we have. Right now it's trending down. I would say that if it closes below this wick here, so if it pushes below here and closes there, I'd definitely be looking for further short movement, further downside movement on Ripple. I would almost certainly say that it's going to head down if it closes below this level. That level, just to confirm, is the 0.5364. So if Ripple pushes and closes below that on the daily, I will be looking for a short. I don't really see much upside potential at all on Ripple. It's just crossed below the 200 SMA, so and there's a heavy resistance above it. So this one looks like it's going to head down. Without support on the short side, it's going to be hard to know where to buy, if at all. You could arguably place a support area here. Based on this wick bounce here, and perhaps one around there somewhere. But they would be weak support areas, so I won't put too much stock in them. So let's review. Bitcoin USD has broken below the 200 SMA, bounced up, tested it, fallen into the support area. Right now it's hitting this support area. If it stalls, I'll be looking for a potential turnaround up to the 9,200, let's call it. But it's not looking likely for it to stall at this 7,700 support level. It looks like it might head down, break through it, and continue on its way down to 6,900 or 6,000-ish. So overall, I would say on Bitcoin, I'm looking for shorts. ETHUSD, I'm also looking for shorts. Most cryptos are correlated, so if you're looking for shorts on Bitcoin, generally speaking, you're looking for shorts on Ether. Litecoin USD appears to be headed down, but this one at least is above the 200 SMA. It's hitting the 200 SMA right now. I want to see what happens from this level. Litecoin, even though it is correlated with Bitcoin, it's one of the lesser correlated pairs. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a bounce back from the 200 SMA on this one. But, you know, most of the cryptos are headed down, so I would also not be surprised if it just keeps heading down and hits the 126.00. And Ripple looks like it's headed down, guys. So thank you for watching the analysis, and I'll catch you next week.